Hello everyone, hope you're all having a good week. Today I'll be sharing some more very easy ideas for you to do in your sketchbook. This time I'm using mainly watercolor, gouache and paint pens. I started this sketchbook with some easy colourful pages to get it going, and I'll link this in the description along with the links to all the supplies I'm using today. So if you're looking for some inspiration for your own sketchbook, you're in the right place. Welcome back to my channel, World Wonder Art. If you're new here, I'm rediscovering my artistic side by drawing and painting regularly again. I've been working through some art prompt books and now I'm doing my own easy and fun sketchbook, showing you pages to hopefully give you some inspiration to start yours. Don't forget to like the video if you find it helpful so it gets shown to more people, and if you want to see more, please subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos. The sketchbook that I'm using is a Shaw and Marsh craft sketchbook, A5 size, with 160 GSM paper in off-white. And for the first page, what I want to do is overlapping circles. I'm using a black POSCA pen for that. And I'm going to use these watercolor sheets that I've got there by Colour Labs. What I'm doing to start off with is just wetting the paper, and then I'm going to add the watercolor afterwards and just let it sort of move around and look uneven, have dark spots, light spots, just to see how it all fills in. The shapes that we've got overlapping, with some of them, just let them bleed in and see what colours we can create and see what it looks like. So here, I've got the yellow that's gone in and the purple. See what that blue does. Okay, for the second page, this one is going to be stripes. I'm using the same watercolours. I've just changed the colours out a little bit. So I've got a darker blue, yellow. I've got a reddy colour as well. And with these stripes, I'm just going to add in a darker colour or a slightly different colour on top of them when they're dry. And just add a pattern. And it's going to be the same pattern, I think, on all of the pages. These pens that I'm using, these are paint pens, POSCA glitter pens, I think they're called. So I'm just going to follow this pattern along, just try and make it as even as possible. Really happy how the colours look different on the different backgrounds. Okay, so for the next page, what I want to try and do is some paint transfer. So I'm going to use some gouache paint for this. And these are the colours that I'm using. The reason why I'm choosing gouache is it's thicker than watercolour, but I can also easily wash it off. This is actually a mirrored coaster. You can use things like glass, but I don't have a piece of glass that I can use. So I'm just going to add the paint. And really, I've got no idea what the result is going to look like. I'm going to build it up as we go along and then see what I can create once the paint's dry. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. I just want to thank Francois, who mentioned this in one of the comments, to give it a go. So yeah, that's the paint all applied. I'm going to add the white on top and do the same thing really. I've still got more paint on the coaster. I think I might use that on the opposite page, so I'm not wasting anything. Okay, so this is dried now. And what I can see, I think, is a galaxy or a space that looks like a planet or the sun in the middle. So I think I'm going to go with that theme. There is also, if I turn it around, I did see like a dinosaur, but I decided not to try and make it into a dinosaur. I think I'm going to stick with the space theme. So add in stars and asteroids, meteors. I'm just going to use some metallic pens to do this. And also the POSCA paint pens that I used on the first page. They're just fine tip ones that I like to use, just add a bit of detail. And this is, well, it's a white paint pen, a really thin one that I've had a while, but not really used. But it seems to go down okay on this paint. And that's the finished or nearly finished piece. I think I might have gone a little bit too far with adding the detail. I think if I'd have stopped a little bit earlier on, it might have looked a bit better. But yeah, you never really know, I suppose, with this, what it's going to turn out like. But yeah, definitely I enjoyed giving it a go and mixing the paints together and seeing what I could create. This side, I'm going to do the same thing really, just add in the metallic pens and just make some shooting stars. Okay, the next page then is watercolor flowers, and I painted these ones quite a while ago, and I wanted to use the blue ones as just an idea to try and put on this page. These are the paints that I'm using, so the same paints that I used earlier on and in the previous video. They're from Scrawler Box, and they are the VIVIVA colours, and then the same Peerless Colour Labs sheets. Those are the colours that I chose on the side. I'm just going to put some blobs down and then wet the brush again and then just spread them out. Just added a bit of blue in that one in the centre just to let it bleed out. These are really simple watercolour flowers to paint. But that's what I wanted to create there in the centre with the red against that pink and bleeding out. Let me know in the comments which page you like the best. I think this one and also the next one that I'm going to show you are probably my favourites this time. And if you'd like to see me use any other type of material as well, I'd love to hear from you. More paint pens or maybe even oil pastels, just let me know. Yeah, I really want to just create some easy, simple pages that anyone could do. It's just doing some art and just enjoying the experience. And thanks to everybody that watched my first video as well. I really do appreciate it. Okay, and then just add in a bit of the darker colour there to create the centre of the flower. And then just off camera as well, I added some of that white paint pen as well. And here's the finished piece. I think my favourite one's that pink one with the red in the middle. And then for the last page, this is Shapes and Patterns. So I've just wet the page with some water and I think I had a little bit of colour in there. And I'm just adding on top of it some of these VIVIVA colours to create a background that sort of blends together. And what I want to do is then try and make some or find some shapes in the background and outline that with a paint pen, and then add some patterns in the middle. So I'm just using an EDDING paint marker and just identifying the shapes. I'm going to use this Unipin fine line pen. It's a 0.3 just to outline the lines that I've just done. And then I want to use this brush pen. It's a soft tip by Tombow, and just start adding in the patterns so I can get thick lines and thin lines with this pen. First one is just different sized circles. Doesn't matter if they overlap, doesn't matter if they're not perfectly circle. Just carry on adding different patterns. I will repeat some of them as well, some of the patterns each shape. So you can start off light, and then if you then gradually put the pen down a bit harder, you can get those sort of lines with this pen. This is really light, so I've got a thinner line. Yeah, so I think out of all the pages, this one is my favourite, I think followed by the watercolour flowers, but let me know what you think in the comments. Also, let me know if you enjoyed the video by leaving a comment or clicking the like button. I do appreciate it. And if you had any ideas you'd like me to try as well in the book, then just let me know. I do really appreciate everyone watching the video and all the comments so far. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.